On NAZ Today, a former world leader has passed away, leaving an amazing legacy behind.
With the opening of the Arizona Snowbowl, learn how experts are keeping skiers and snowboarders safe from avalanches.
And later, get your hot cocoa and candy canes ready so you can sit back and enjoy a classic holiday play.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Randy Fendley.
And I'm student anchor Paige Lawrenson. Thank you for joining us. News from halfway around the world tonight. Former South African President Nelson Mandela has died at the age of 95.
Our thoughts and prayers are with the Mandela family. To them, we owe a debt of gratitude. They have sacrificed much and endured much so that our people could be free.
Mandela became the first African-American president of his nation and also led South Africa to democracy, even though he was only in power for 5 years. He became a figure of revelation and triumph over racial segregation. Known for his passion for activism, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for his humanitarian work. Nelson Mandela is survived by his wife and 3 children. Well, it's no question that the winter weather makes for dangerous conditions on the road. 4 people were affected by the slushy weather Wednesday in Prescott when their car slid off Highway 89 on Mingus Mountain and went sliding down a 230-foot slope. Even though the driver says she was only driving 15 miles per hour, the car still went off a straight section of highway without guardrails. One of the victims managed to climb back up the slope to flag down some help. An Arizona DPS officer had driven down the road an hour prior and called the Arizona Department of Transportation to ask for a snowplow. Of the 4 victims, 2 of them were children and 2 were women. One of the children had serious injuries, but after receiving medical care is now in stable condition. The other 3 victims were treated after the accident and released. Even though the sun is out and road conditions seem better than Wednesday, drivers should still be cautious. The roads have improved, but this does not mean that people should drive without caution. Most of the ice has melted, but small patches of ice still pose a problem and are considered dangerous. Avoid sudden stops and high speeds while driving over the next few days. As for pedestrians, only cross the street using designated crosswalks and be aware of the traffic around you.
A woman is being held at the Coconino County Detention Facility for transportation of narcotic and dangerous drugs for sale and possession of drug paraphernalia. Kimberly Engine was arrested Tuesday after officers pulled her over for a speeding violation on the I-17. DPS officers discovered that methamphetamine, heroin, and other drug paraphernalia in her vehicle, which Engine later told the police she was transporting the drugs from Phoenix to sell in Flagstaff. She is being held at the detention facility instead of being granted a $25,000 bond. And Flagstaff isn't the only place where drugs are being uncovered. A 20-year-old male who attends ASU was pulled over by police in Phoenix, where they found ecstasy pills and cocaine in his vehicle. Police later discovered 30 pounds of products used to manufacture ecstasy pills in the suspect's apartment near ASU, along with thousands of ecstasy pills and a motorized pill press. The 20-year-old suspect faces charges of transportation and possession of dangerous drugs for sale and manufacture of dangerous drugs. ASU and Tempe police are assisting with the investigation, which is still ongoing at this time.
Well, it's the last thing you want to see when you log onto your social media sites. Your password has been compromised.
A security firm says some 2 million passwords have been compromised on some of the net's biggest sites. NAZ Today's Trevor Anthony has the details.
Right now, could the hands of hackers be keystroking their way into your online life? According to cybersecurity firm TrustWave, hackers have stolen usernames and passwords from nearly 2 million accounts by secretly installing a computer virus to track what you type. The company discovered the hacker's server in the Netherlands keeping login information.
They sold your information so people could buy your passwords. They just know that this was linked to a server in the Netherlands.
The company says this started late October and could be ongoing, raising fears hackers could see personal or financial information. The numbers staggering. 318,000 Facebook accounts, 70,000 Gmail, Google+, and YouTube accounts, 60,000 Yahoo users, 22,000 tweeters, and 8,000 LinkedIn accounts. Perhaps most disturbing, the report says 8,000 ADP accounts were compromised. Pay managers use ADP to manage employee paychecks. In a statement, ADP said none of ADP's clients has been adversely affected. The company notified affected users and reset passwords. Facebook, Twitter, Yahoo, and LinkedIn tell CNN Money they've done the same. Google has not commented. How can you protect yourself? Experts say update your antivirus software, don't click on any suspicious links, change your passwords, and stay away from simple ones like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For NAZ Today, I'm Trevor Anthony.
Flagstaff is proud to be home to Northern Arizona University, which could be why travelandleisure.com named it one of the best college towns in the country. Flagstaff came in at number 10, beating towns such as Lexington and Annapolis. The site had people vote for 744 towns on 55 various categories that ranged from coffee shops, bars, and quirkiness. Flagstaff also ranked at number 5 for family vacations.
After the break, find out how Arizona Snowbowl is working to prevent a major winter disaster.
Also, if you need to get into the holiday spirit, one local theater has just the trick. Stay with us.
Snoring can be more than a mild annoyance. It could be a sign of a much deeper problem with your sleep pattern. If you suffer from sleep disturbances, trust the Mountain Heart Sleep Center in Flagstaff for effective treatment. With a full-time staff led by Dr. Stephen Marks, your corrective care is immediate with no need for a referral. And they're the #1 accredited sleep center in Northern Arizona. Mountain Heart Sleep Center, for a good night's rest.
Hi, I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Snowbowl is open at last with fresh powder and the skiers on the slopes. Avalanches and the threats they pose are always a concern. NAZ Today's Nick Youngfer talked to experts about what every snowboarder and skier should know in terms of avalanche safety and prevention.
While skiing and snowboarding are a great way to spend the winter, they also come with potential dangers. Derek Spice and his team at the Kachina Peaks Avalanche Center monitor and report snow conditions and avalanche likelihood.
What we typically do is we find an undisturbed location and dig down to the ground if it's possible and look at the different layers in the snowpack.
Venturing away from designated ski areas can be very dangerous, especially without avalanche knowledge.
So if a skier or snowboarder is out on the slab and it fractures above them, you are now out there in the middle of this move-in field of snow that's breaking up into large chunks and then traveling 60 to 100 miles an hour through a forest.
Before Snowbowl opens each winter, trained professionals take various measures to make it a safer destination for visitors.
All ski areas with avalanche terrain use explosives to try to trigger avalanches after a storm before the terrain is open to the public.
93% of avalanches are started by the victim or someone in their group, although in the event of an avalanche, there are certain steps to take.
Try to get to the side of it, yell. If you can, get off of the slab, off to the side, get out of the slide path. So proper travel techniques are to ski in avalanche terrain or travel uphill one at a time. So only exposing one person to hazard at a time. And by doing that, if you were caught in an avalanche, your friends, the rest of your party are in a position to initiate a rescue.
The team from the Kachina Peaks Avalanche Centre will continue to monitor conditions to ensure everyone has a safe winter. For NAZ Today, I'm Nick Jungfer.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, and the Theatrikos Theater Company is preparing to ring in the holiday season. They built their sets and ran their lines to bring Flagstaff audiences to the Bailey Brothers building and loan. NAZ Today's Sierra Ferguson has more.
Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Back in 1946, director Frank Capra brought George Bailey to the big screen, making It's a Wonderful Life a national holiday classic. The Theatrikos Theater Company used this film as the inspiration behind their holiday production.
Nope, that wasn't your trick year. In fact, Bedford Falls will be getting just a little bit closer to Flagstaff this December. Theatrikos is bringing It's a Wonderful Life to the Doris Harper White Playhouse right here in Flagstaff.
It's a Wonderful Life is it's a timeless classic. I think most of your viewers will have watched the movie probably from the time that they were very young. I know that I've seen it many, many times. And it's the story of a man who all of his life dreamt of big adventure and never makes it out of his town of Bedford Falls, and so feels that he's somehow a failure. And at the end of the play, the community comes back and shows him what he has meant to all of them, and why he has had a wonderful life.
30 local actors will band together for 11 performances this season. The play will star Nick Robbie as George Bailey and Brian Wood as the angel Clarence Oddbody.
I wanted to be in this play because it sounded like a fun play. I've not really done any Christmas plays before. I really seemed to really like the movie, and I really wanted to be Zuzu.
The community of Bedford Falls goes to great lengths to show their gratitude for George Bailey at the end of this production, and gratitude has become a theme for the cast this year.
We've been focusing on every night, starting with actors would share something that they were grateful for that day, and just to keep the focus on gratitude.
I'm grateful to have a family and that my special needs sister is seeming to get better, and to be able to be in this play because it's really fun. For Becky, because she's our director, she's a great director.
In keeping with the theme of gratitude, our cast has decided not to give each other thank you gifts. I mean, normally we would exchange little gifts among us, and instead we are all pooling our money and making a donation to the Flagstaff Family Food Center. And I think that that's a very nice application of the feeling of gratitude and just being really thankful for everything that we have in our own lives and being able to give back to another community organization.
It's really great. I'm trying to be in it the next play. It's really fun.
Whether directed by Frank Capra or Becky Daggett, this is definitely a classic show. Wishing you a wonderful life and a happy holiday season, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
The play opens this Friday night at 7:30 and will run until December 22nd. Is the freezing weather here for good? Meteorologist Lee Bourne has the updates on our weekend weather.
And one NAU student athlete has been honored with an award for his skills on and off the field. Find out who when we come back.
I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. downloads, uploads, any kind of load. Everything just flows at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster. Now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink. Now that I have a house full of easy.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today, I'm just an aluminum can, but one day, I could be a stadium.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, frigid air moving into Arizona. Woke up to a very cold morning across the region this morning. Here's a look at some of the temperatures. Sunset Crater, sub-zero at -1. Grand Canyon Airport was 4. Belmont, 7 degrees. Here in Flagstaff at Pulliam Airport, 11. Prescott getting down to 17 degrees. Only happens a handful of times a year. Prescott getting down into the mid-teens. Highs were way cold as well today. 39 Sedona, 46 Camp Verde, 36 in Winslow, 27 at the Grand Canyon. 26 degrees here in Flagstaff. Obviously, these numbers are way below average for this time of year, and here's a look at that. And 26 degrees isn't quite a high or a low maximum number, but it's just a few degrees off of the coldest high temperature we've ever had on this day, which I think was 24 degrees. And we're not the only ones under very cold air. Here's today's highs across the nation. Zeros up in the northern Rockies and in the northern plains. 10s dropping down all the way into the central plains and into much of the Intermountain West. All this Arctic air mass taking over a good portion of the country, and it's just getting started. Here's a look at what's happening across the country. Our storm system from yesterday that impacted much of the western United States, it's now moved off, and we're starting to see big mess start to develop across southern plains into the Ozarks, mid-Mississippi River Valley. The blue areas, that's all snow all the way into the southern plains and even into Texas. And we have this little area of pink that you maybe see in there. That's some ice coming down. It's going to be a pretty decent ice storm for portions of Oklahoma, western Tennessee, and also into western Ohio as well. And then we have rain out ahead of it. And this is only the first storm. We have another storm system that you don't see yet and hasn't developed. It's going to start developing tomorrow up in the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to move in for us, northern Arizona, bring us more snow come Saturday. And this is a huge kind of storm maker for the entire country. As we're talking about, once again, I want to show you the national warnings. The entire West, this is a winter weather watch for the next storm system and winter storm warnings up in Northern California. Hard freezes are all these blues you see. And then here's this big storm with ice warnings, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories all the way through a good portion of the country. Still quiet along the eastern seaboard. But tomorrow this is all going to start to shift up into the Ohio River Valley much more. And this pattern with the next storm system is going to keep going right through the coming weekend. We have a snowstorm moving in for us Saturday evening. And we'll talk more about that in a second. Much snow moving across the country. Big ice storm over the weekend across a good portion of the country with the next storm system on the way. Like up to an inch of accumulating ice. National current temperatures very cold. All the purples taking over a big portion of the country. Currently here right now, 19 at the Grand Canyon, 21 here in Flagstaff, 19 in Williams. A very cold night in store for us tonight, forecasting 2 degrees here in Flagstaff. Once again, can't emphasize it enough. Bring in your pets out there tonight. It's going to be a very, very cold one. Tomorrow, not much warming, 30 degrees for our high temperature, mostly sunny. We do have that storm system that's going to start moving in Saturday night. We'll get into that in just a second. 43 in Sedona tomorrow, 40 in Prescott, 39 pace and 37 winds, and basically everybody seeing a hard freeze out there overnight tonight. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the fun stuff, and that's the snow come Saturday. And I think we just see increasing clouds and wind throughout the day, and then Saturday evening right around sundown, snow starts to develop for us here in Flagstaff, and it flows through about mid-morning, and I'm forecasting 3 to 6 inches for us here in Flagstaff by Sunday morning. Very cold the whole way through. Behind the storm, very frigid, windy and cold Sunday. I think we're going to see wind chills in the single type numbers here in Flagstaff. If we're down in Sedona, that storm system is also going to be snow. It's going to be snow for everybody with snow levels all the way down to 2,000 feet, desert floors. Little less snow below 5,000 feet, going 2 to 4 inches down in Sedona, and I think Snowbowl and mountains could see 6 to 10 inches out of this.
All right, well, winter is definitely here, seems like it.
Definitely.
Thank you, Lee.
2 degrees, oh my goodness.
I know.
All right, Brooke, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, you know, we got a lot of high school soccer and basketball for you coming up.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Well, it's not every day you hear a story about a student athlete with a near-perfect GPA on the football team. Linebacker Austin Haskett has been honored with the 2013 Capital One Academic All-American First Team for Division I football. Sports reporter Tressa Tudrick went to get a little more information on how he succeeds so well on and off the field.
Austin Haskett is a full-time student at NAU. He has a 3.95 GPA as a biomedical science major, and he leads the NAU football team in defensive tackles. But how does he do it?
Usually after practice, we'll have some homework I gotta do either online, maybe, you know, I'll get cleaned up, maybe eat something for dinner, and then, you know, open up the computer, open up the book, start studying. Gotta do homework sometimes when, you know, other people are going out, but, you know, that's what you gotta do.
Defensive coach Andy Thompson credits Haskett for his dedication on and off the field.
I remember a lot of times in the office when he's watching film and trying to get better at asking questions. He gets an A in everything he does because he works really hard at it. He cares about it. It's great to see a young man that excels so well in the classroom and also on the football field and also off the field.
His teammate RJ Rickards says Haskett leads the team in more ways than just one.
He's a beast on the field, and he works just as hard off the field and in the classroom. He wouldn't take any days off, so he's kind of one of the guys you kind of look up to on the team because you know he's doing the right thing.
After NAU, Haskett has different plans in mind for his future.
After I'm done, hopefully go to med school somewhere. Haven't really thought about it too much yet. Try to stay, you know, in the moment, but that's what I'd like to do eventually.
But for now, he enjoys his time on the field.
Playing college football is truly a blessing. You know, it's not everyone gets to do it, so that's probably the biggest thing: camaraderie, and you know, play with my brothers on Saturdays.
Football season may be over now, but Haskett has plenty to keep him busy.
Switching over to the soccer field, the Flagstaff girls soccer team is playing their third game tonight. The Eagles are currently 0-2, but are looking to get their first win over Chaparral. They are traveling, so that game starts at 6 o'clock tonight, and you can get the score after the game at maxpreps.com. Moving over to the Wood, the Flagstaff boys basketball team have their third game tonight as well. The Eagles will be taking on Poston Butte tonight at 7 o'clock in Poston Butte's gym. Moving up to the collegiate level, your NAU Lady Jacks basketball team is playing tonight in the nice warm city of Santa Barbara, California. Not quite 2 degrees there though. The Jacks currently have a 1-2 record and are hoping to keep their win streak going against UC Santa Barbara tonight. The game starts at 8 o'clock at Santa Barbara. Well, it was a night of turnovers for the Phoenix Suns last night when they took on the Houston Rockets. We are going to start things off in the second quarter. Houston with the ball, but Tucker with the steal, and he will go coast to coast, giving the Suns a 12-point lead. Eric Bledsoe with the ball for the Suns now in the third quarter, and he will hit the 3, making the score 61-55. Fourth quarter now on an inbound play. James Harden commits one of his 5 turnovers of the night. Suns with some creative passing down the court, but it's Channing Frye with the jam, and that will put Phoenix up by 4. Then it's Marcus Morris in the corner for the 3, and the Suns go on to win that game 97-88. And you guys have to check out this play of the day I have for you this week. It's pretty cool. It's Maryland versus Ohio State basketball in the second half. Ohio State, Sam Thompson with the alley-oop. Aaron Kraft will lob up, set up for Thompson to throw it down like he owns the place. Take a look at that. I don't see an alley-oop very often, so it's kind of interesting for me to watch.
That was really cool. I can do that. Yeah.
He was way up there. I think he was like
pretty high. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Brooke, for the sports update. We'll be right back.
For over 20 years and with more than 65,000 success stories, Coconino Community College is vital to your future.
My name is Josie Escoto. Unlike most college students, I enrolled in CCC's Allied Health Program at the age of 45. And today, I work in the healthcare industry. When I become a registered nurse, I'll be giving back by helping those in need. And that's why I support Coconino Community College.
With your support, Coconino Community College will remain efficient, effective, and excellent.
Ready to follow your dreams? Let Northern Arizona University chart your course with local classes at more than 30 campuses statewide.
My NAU is in the Valley.
My NAU is in Mojave County. Convenient, affordable, with accredited degree programs.
My NAU is in Tucson.
My NAU is on the reservation.
The extended campuses of Northern Arizona University, statewide, online, and in Flagstaff.
All right, welcome back. Very cold overnight tonight. Forecasting many locations to be down right around 0 and even some sub-zero readings. Chilly out there tomorrow, but one of the warmer days of the extended forecast at 30 degrees. Snow Saturday night, 3 to 6 inches by the time we wake up Sunday. It's all over, but cold air stays in place all the way into mid-next week. And for you down in Sedona, 63. Those temperatures are wrong. More like 43. Those are about 20 degrees off. Just take 20 degrees off all those and you're good.
Okay. Well,
I
definitely
was just so
cold out
concerned
there.
with some other things. I never got to the temperature, so.
All right. Well, thanks so much. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.